Guys, I'm Pep Doodles and welcome back to my channel. And yes, we are back with some janky camera setups. I figured we would try something a little bit different. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're gonna do a sort of story time video with a character. I'm going to be telling you guys about the time I caught a flag with my face. Yes, caught a flag with my face. Thinking, how the heck did you do that? Well, I'll tell you. In Winter Guard a while back, which is basically spinning, tossing, catching flags, swords, and rifles. And when I say rifles, I mean little wrapped up wooden guns, quote unquote. And this is the story. Okay, so I started that sophomore year, and that was the only year that I did it. And it happened to be around the flu season when this happened, so no one was at practice, and my coach basically told us, you can either stay here and practice or go home. And at the time, I wasn't allowed to bring my phone to school because of some personal reasons, and so I did not have my phone to text my mom and be like, hey, I need to be picked up. Where it gets a little bit embarrassing. The backstory, our cafeteria where we practiced in was probably about 2 or 3 stories tall, so I was practicing my tosses, and I had a flag. And so I was throwing them in the air, catching them, no big deal, things that we did on a regular day. But this one time, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna see how high I can throw this flag. Big mistake. So I threw it up in the air, and it arced, just about hit the cafeteria ceiling, and started coming down. I geared up to catch it, and I kid you not, just as I was about to catch it, my friend says, hey, Pep. We're gonna call me Pep for this story. Hey, Pep, she says. And that one split moment of concentration lost caused me to catch the flag right above my right eye. Everyone just sees me drop to the floor. And immediately, I get back up, and I'm like, okay, that just happened. I wasn't in pain or anything. I was just really shaking something bad. So I started rolling up my flag so that I could go to the bathroom and, I don't know what I was thinking, compose myself, I guess. And all of a sudden, one of the other older kids came over. And she was like, hey, why don't we go to the athletic department and get you some ice for that? Okay. And so we're walking down the hallway, and we get to the athletic department, and that's when I get my first glimpse of my reflection. Gigantic lump on my forehead. Gigantic. I mean absolutely humongous. It was probably the size of a baseball. So I get some ice for it, and I'm like, okay, it's about 5:30, so I'll just wait the rest of the time to be picked up. And so when I get picked up, my mom looks at me, and her face just drops. She says, oh my goodness, what did you do? And so I had to explain the entire story to her about how I was such a mess and why I had a huge bump and an ice bag the size of my face held to said bump. Story short, I ended up having a black eye and that goose egg for what seems like weeks. Let me just tell you, French class was fun after that. Never actually went to the doctor to see if I did have a concussion or not, so who knows? But yeah, that was my experience in color guard, which I stayed in there for a little while longer, but then ended up having to quit, so that was fun. But let's just say I'm never going to be in a sport that involves catching things again, because clearly I do not have the skill level for it. If you liked this video and would like to see more of it, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And hit that bell icon to turn on notifications so that you don't miss a single time that I upload. Thanks! Bye!